Yo, what up? It's Josh Martinez of Superstar Crossover on the iHeartRadio app and also Z100 New York's #1 hit music station with my guest, Tiffany Stratton. What's going on, girl?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm going to be very honest. I am in an Airbnb in Orlando. I'm on a few hours of sleep, but when it comes to a WWE Women's Champ, talking about all things SummerSlam in the motherland of New York and New Jersey, we make time for it.
Heck yeah, I'm excited.
So let me say, I'm going to be honest with you, right? I'm born and raised in New York City. I lived in Des Moines, Iowa, so I felt negative 40 degrees before wind chill. You're from Minnesota.
I am.
You have felt colder, but you did time in Florida as well. This humidity, this weather is no joke, girl. How does a girl from Minnesota adapt to the Florida weather? Because I'm dying slowly.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in like -30 weather my entire life, and I hated it. I hated every single minute of it, and I could not wait to get out of Minnesota. I just didn't know what was gonna take me out of it. And thank God it was wrestling. And I love the humidity. That is like where I thrive. I do not mind it at all. I love sweating. I love working out in the heat. So I love Florida. So don't talk crap about her.
Listen, I love sweating while working out. Walking through SeaWorld and just dripping, not so much fun for me, girl.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
So as we said before, right outside of New York City, MetLife Stadium, how different is it performing in New York City compared to a lot of other cities in the world?
I feel like there is so much history in New York. There was the first ever SummerSlam hosted in New York City at Madison Square Garden. So I just feel like the wrestling fans there are also they're smart wrestling fans, and I feel like they get into everything, like every single little one-liner you drop, every single move, like they're there for everything. They're some of the best wrestling fans in the world. So I think it's just the fans that make it super special there, and also the history.
So fans play such a crucial role in every performer's success. How important have they been to you, starting off from NXT all the way to today?
So I started in NXT, and I actually debuted in front of like that NXT crowd, so I never really got to experience like a true like wrestling crowd. And the wrestling crowd at the PC is super, like, they're forgiving and stuff. So I've always had such a like good experience with fans. Fans have always, they've always cheered me on, and especially this past year, I think it was Australia that kind of changed like the trajectory of everything for me. The fans were super behind me, and ever since Australia, the fans have just been so behind me. They're behind me on the WrestleMania build and everything. So I love our fans. I think they're some of the best fans, the fan base in the world.
So with SummerSlam coming up August 2nd and 3rd, MetLife Stadium, you've performed at WrestleMania, you're performing at SummerSlam. What coaches or trainers have given you the best advice or helped you the most going into these high-profile matches to make sure that you're ready?
So I actually have had a couple different coaches. I've had people like Sarah Amato, Fit Finley. Um, I also had this coach. His name was AJ Winkler, and he was also a wrestler on the Indies. And he actually helped me a lot, like through figuring out my character and character moments, and helping me with like different kinds of moves and my move set. So I've had so many different coaches, and I think just taking something from every single one of them is kind of what I've done with my career. We have literally like 10 to 15 different coaches at the Performance Center, and they all bring something different to the table. So I think the Performance Center has really kind of set me apart from everybody else that didn't really come from there.
So growing up outside of Minneapolis, I know you have good taste. So you grew up listening to KDWB. I know that.
Yes, I did. I did.
So you're a pop girly. If you needed to choose any pop song to be your entrance theme song, what would you choose?
Ooh, honestly, I feel like something by Britney Spears would be a really cool idea. I feel like she has so many good songs that could be entrance music or like a theme for like a TV show. Maybe like Piece of Me by Britney Spears. I think that would be super iconic. Um, or something by like Lady Gaga. She has some really cool like amping up music. So probably one of those two.
If you had to road trip from Florida to New Jersey with three people, who would you choose to be stuck in the car with you for that ride?
From the roster,
Yeah.
I think I would choose Nia Jax for sure. I know we're kind of enemies, but I think she has such a great personality. She's so funny. Nia Jax, Bailey. Bailey's also so fun. And honestly, I actually have been stuck in a car with all these people. We've been on live shows together. We've spent like hours on end in a bus together. So Bailey, Naya, and probably Naomi. All three of
Okay.
those girls together are just so fun. And it's like the OG like SmackDown crew from when, because last year we went on so many different international tours and it was always us three together. So we really bonded this past year.
What is something that most fans still don't know about Tiffany Stratton?
Oh, that's a really good question. Um, I'm not as much of a girly girl as it kind of may seem. Like I kind of just live my days going to the gym, eating, and sleeping. That's really about it.
You live the life of a really in shape cat. Just eat, sleep, and work out.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm not a very girly girl right now.
So going into a big match, I'm sure the diet changes just a little bit. After SummerSlam weekend, what is like your first post-match cheat meal?
Oh, it kind of like varies from all different kinds of things. So lately I've been really liking pizza. I've never been a pizza girl. I'm usually like a burger. I love McDonald's. I don't know what they put in their burgers, but I always have a quarter pounder with mac sauce. Their mac sauce is amazing. It's so good. But lately I've been really liking pizza.
And you know what? Ain't no better pizza than in New York City, girl.
That's so true. Very good timing on that.
You know what? Getting into SummerSlam after you're done, just hawking down a few slices, we love to see it. Before we wrap things up, obviously confidence is key to all forms of success, including what you do for a living. But those times of self-doubt kind of creep into your head because you're a human being. What do you do to kind of get through that self-doubt?
I think the past 3, 4 years kind of give me, assurance, reassurance, and it gives me like a good, like something to fall back on. You have accomplished so much in the past 4 years, and I've only been in the business for 4 years. So it's kind of a little bit scary for me, like going into SummerSlam. It's my first ever SummerSlam, and it's for the first ever 2 nights SummerSlam. So going into SummerSlam, it's hard. Like I'm gonna doubt myself, but the past 4 years I've been so successful. I've delivered on all of my matches. So I'm just gonna go in knowing that I have the confidence of the last 4 years and just be confident in my abilities. And I'm gonna retain my WWE Women's Championship.
So you guys are taking over New York, New Jersey, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, August 1st through the 4th, SmackDown, 2 nights of SummerSlam, 1 night of Raw. You're going to be a huge part of that. My final question, what is one thing that you would tell high school you looking back now?
I think I would just tell myself to stop worrying about the future because I felt like I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life back in high school, which a lot of people feel like that. So just like not worrying and just kind of being in the moment and, going through gymnastics. I always was worried like, oh my God, my next competition, like I don't know if I'm ready, like stuff like that. So I would just tell myself to be in the moment and appreciate where you are in life.
And you're a good example of why I'm putting my 2-year-old daughter into gymnastics, by the way. One more time,
Aw.
Bretton. Appreciate you, girl.
Thank you so much for having me.